Guys, we have some wonderful news. So Amazon Game Studios, they're continuing the development of a new Lord of the Rings MMO. So in year 2021, they actually announced that they are working on a new Lord of the Rings MMO, right? But it was cancelled because there were some issues with a partner in China or something. So they had to cancel the project. But now they, however, found like a new partner or solved their issue they had or something. So the development of a new Lord of the Rings MMO by Amazon Game Studios will continue, what is really, really good. And I'm actually very, very excited because there is already a Lord of the Rings MMO out there. It was made in year 2007 and the graphics are just... It's not really that good looking. I mean, just look at this here. Okay, so look.
Hello. My name is...
This is Lord of the Rings of 2007 and the graphics are very out of date. Like, look at this.
For the...
Like, it is a good MMO, but it is so outdated. So I'm actually glad that they're working on a brand new Lord of the Rings MMO. And why am I also excited? I mean, just look at the map. Like, we're getting all this, like all those areas. We're getting freaking Gondor to explore. We're getting Rohan to explore. We're getting Mordor, Rhûn, Rohavanion, I hope I pronounced that correct, Eriador. And there are some zones actually we did not see in the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies, right? And even what we saw in those movies, like, it's amazing. Like imagine like grinding up a freaking rogue kind of dwarf or something, right? That would be so cool. Or being an elven archer. Like, I actually see that this game is going to have potential because the franchise itself is very, very promising, right? And yeah, let's actually see what they actually have done so they can actually continue. So yeah, New World developer Amazon Games has partnered with... Okay, so they've partnered with the Embracers Group's Middle-earth enterprise. Wait, aren't they the one that actually hold the rights currently? Oh, this is amazing. I think they're actually the ones that currently hold the rights of Lord of the Rings. So Tolkien unfortunately passed away, and when he passed away, if I'm not mistaken, the rights were given to his brother or something, right? And then he actually gave the rights to someone. It ended up, I think, in the hands of Embracer groups, right? So they're actually the ones that decide if someone wants to make a freaking new movie or series or something to Lord of the Rings, if they can do it or not. It's kind of like with Star Wars and George Lucas and now Disney, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Disney holds now the rights over the Star Wars franchise, right? I'm not sure if it's like 100% the rights or just partially, if George Lucas still has some, but that's what happens if like some franchises and the one that made them gets a bit older and there's still a future, and for also because of the dedicated fans, like they don't want the franchise to die out. So what they usually do, the creators is, and the writers, they actually pass the rights to a company. And what happens then is, like, over the years, like, new people show up that have some sense of creativity and they will write new stories in this franchise world, right? And that's the same with like Lord of the Rings. I mean, now there's this series going on Netflix. Some people like it, some don't like it, but they have, I think, in my opinion, some good story there as well, some interesting plots. I'm actually glad that they made the series. And I actually think they did, like, I'm not gonna lie, I think the new world and what they have done from how it started is actually not so bad. Like, if you play now New World, you're going to like it way more than you would do if you would have played it, like, for example, 1+ year ago. Like, they definitely improved New World. So I actually think with their experience now and with fixing New World, I actually think they already have the foundation for making a good Lord of the Rings MMO, in my opinion. Because you also learn from mistakes as a company, right? And if they messed up so much with like New World at the beginning, it's very unlikely that with a second MMO they're gonna mess up like that, right? And there's no release window given yet, but Amazon Games did say it would feature the stories of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings book trilogy. But the question is, at which time is it taking place? Because the Hobbit timeline is not the one of the Lord of the Rings, right? Was even Frodo born then? I don't even know. He was like maybe a small baby or kid, right? Maybe he wasn't even born. I'm not sure. But I'm actually wondering about the timeline, because are we going to have a time skip here or something? Are we time traveling? Like, why does it mention the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings book trilogy? So the timing. Or maybe like there's going to be an expansion and it's going to take, like the first game maybe is at the Hobbit timeline and the second, like the expansion, is maybe at the Lord of the Rings timeline. Maybe. But yeah, bringing players a fresh take on the Lord of the Rings has long been an aspiration for our team, and we are honored and grateful that Middle-earth Enterprises is entrusting us with this iconic world, said Christopher Hartman, Amazon Games Vice President. Hartman also made clear to IGN that this project is a brand new take on the Lord of the Rings MMO. And wait, it won't be using any material from the one that they cancelled in 2021? It's completely new. Let me guess, so they are using probably a even more modern engine now and stuff. This is actually good, because if they use like even more modern technology and they don't have a time window of the release, so probably they're going to use technology from maybe year 2022, 23, what is good, so they're 1 or 2 years ahead in technology from the previous project. It is good, but the one bad thing is though it will take probably longer. So my assumption is release date is going to be 25 or something. Maybe 2025, 2026. Because MMOs often take several years. Like at best 2 years, maybe even 3 to 4 years. Because MMOs are usually big. I mean, look at this map here. To have like that many cities and regions and stuff, then they have to freaking detail all the mountains with like modern standards and stuff, all those paths that lead to the mountains. They need to put their freaking NPCs that give you quests and stuff, write some good story for them. So I'm sure this will take, in my guess, it's going to be not even 25, it's going to be like 2026 or so. If we're lucky, we're getting to 25 like alpha or beta or something. But yeah, the team at Amazon Games also appear confident in their ability to produce a high quality MMO. And that's most important, high quality. Because like our MMOs these days are outdated when it comes to like quality, right? Like it's just old MMOs that keep getting like new expansions and stuff. Like there aren't too many new projects going on these days. There are a lot of like, unfortunately, free to play, pay to win MMOs these days coming out, and I actually don't like this. Like, I'm not a big fan of the modern day monetization. Like, I'm super old school. I prefer to go to a store, buy a freaking game, pay once and play it. Or go with like maybe a subscription model where I pay like 12 euros a month or something and I get to play the game as much as I want. Like, I don't mind if they are selling me cosmetics or XP boosts or something, because I don't need that. I would just grind through normally. But hey. But yeah, this is a completely new game because the license is much wider. Ooh, okay, that sounds great. Obviously, there's nothing changing because we all know the world is set, the characters are set. It's really the freedom we have in terms of gameplay features when now anything is possible. So let me guess, they're using what is written about like maybe plot-wise and the characters from the project that they cancelled with a Chinese partner, right? So what they're going to do now is they are reusing the same characters and stuff, their names, what they are maybe giving you, even some of the quests and stuff. And they're just putting new technology and more gameplay features and combat on top of this. I mean, that's good. That means if they have the base already and the characters, it's going to save them a lot of time. So could it be 2025 even if they start like now? Maybe if they have a lot written already. Because the thing about development is also the part of writing characters and planning where NPCs are standing, which zones, how the cities look like. So if they have some base, it's definitely going to save them a half year or 1 year of development probably, right? So that's good. Lee Ginchard, the CEO of Middle-earth Enterprises Operative Group Freedom, reiterated this point. We are taking every care to deliver an MMO which will do justice to the expansive Middle-earth universe and delight players around the world. So yeah, they basically want to be a competition to World of Warcraft, what is nice. Okay, interesting. Being the biggest and best MMO based on Lord of the Rings will of course put it competition with the Lords of the Rings Online, which still receives updates from the developer's turbine despite being released 16 years ago. And this is what I'm criticizing and talking about modern day MMOs. Like a lot of modern day MMOs are actually MMOs that came out like 10 years almost ago, or even longer, like in this case 16 years ago, and they're just making new updates. I mean, even BDO is freaking old these days. Like Elder Scrolls Online is getting old. I mean, it came out like what, like 2014, right? So yeah, it's also about to be 10 years old, like ESO, right? Like, we still have Star Wars MMOs and stuff. Like, everything is so freaking old, so I'm very, very excited. Let's see if we actually get also from about Amazon.com any news. So the world of Middle-earth continues to prove an endlessly fertile ground for creators, and Amazon Games has a passion for building immersive, compelling worlds and publishing games for a global audience. Okay. We have the clear ambition to create the highest quality entertainment products for this IP, whether we utilize internal resources or team up with the best industry partners that complement our capabilities. We are taking every care to deliver an MMO which will do justice to the expansive Middle-earth universe and delight players around the world. Okay, that's good. I'm actually wondering if they're going to make like a trailer on this, like how the graphics are going to be, because I couldn't find any good images or anything about like how the game's supposed to look like. But then again, I guess it's like at the complete beginning. From what I'm reading out here is, it's kind of like with a new Elder Scrolls game where they announce, oh, we are going to work on, like Bethesda Game Studios also announced, right, that they are going to work on a new Elder Scrolls game. But they didn't say, or they didn't show so much footage. They only showed like some area that we kind of like fly through. But yeah, I guess it's going to take some months until we actually get some footage of like some sort of alpha sort of content, right? Maybe even only next year we're going to see some clips or images. But this is like really good, guys. I'm very, very happy because I love the Lord of the Rings universe. I think it is so great. I've also played some like single player Lord of the Rings games, like those action games, and I thought they were freaking fun. Like, I've watched all of the movies. I've seen every single Lord of the Rings movie, every single Hobbit movie, and I'm a big fan. So for me, it's good to be able to dive into this universe, right? It's going to be fun. So yeah, what do you guys think about the new upcoming Lord of the Rings MMO? Are you guys excited? Do you also want to play it? I'm super hyped about it, but it's going to take years, probably 3 years or so. It depends, we will see. But yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. If you found this video informative and you guys enjoyed this one, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. This will help out with the algorithm. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.